ladies and gentlemen, game number 2. Hope you guys are ready as we're hopping onto Frozen Temple. MaSa, will he be able to close this series out 2-0? Or will Kelazhur be able to make a comeback and bring this to a game number 3? We're hopping into it, and we are going to be starting very, very soon in the top left-hand corner of the map. Top of the red Terran player from Team Elevate, representing Canada. Put your hands together for MaSa. Sitting up 1-0. Can we get the scoreboard corrected?
And spawning down in the right position. He's on the ropes, but can he make a comeback? It is the Root Terran player, Kelazhur! We got a gas burst coming out from Kelazhur once again, and also from MaSa. So they really just have favored gas burst in TBT so much.
Yeah, I honestly think at this point, it's just become the standard. Why wouldn't you go for it? It's just so easy, especially on a map like Frozen Temple, where you want to get out those faster 1-1-1 openings. I'd actually be very surprised if we end up seeing something like a 1-Rax expansion or something.
Yeah, well, I think being able to get up into that fast Hellion and Reaper is just so important. I think these high-level players have kind of decided that that's the most micro potential. That's the best thing you can go for in the early game. It's just going to give you so much more power than any other opening. So it's kind of, at least between these two players, it's become the standard.
Yeah, and there's something I want to talk about. It's about the fact that we have seen these two players play quite a few games against each other now. And I want to note, MaSa has actually ended up winning a lot of those early micro engagements. I mean, even that last game, showing a really, really dominating force and actually taking out a lot of Kelazhur's Reapers and Hellions and actually doing a lot of damage. So how do you think, is this kind of foreboding of how this game is going to go and how that kind of a pressure is going to end up working out?
I think it could. We have a drill fight at Kelazhur's natural expansion. He doesn't really want to throw that command center down because once he does...
Both of these players going for the command centers.
Oh, looks like went for a block, did Kelazhur, and forces MaSa to build that on the high ground. I think that's worthwhile, actually. I'm going to guess that was a supply depot, so he probably spent 25 resources to do that. And just the float time, 31 resources, so that should be something.
Numbers. That will be some number, I can guarantee you
I think that's an engineering bay, actually, because engineering bays are 125, and 31 should be... Because 25 is a quarter of 100, and 6.25 is a quarter of 25.
You know, I'm going to trust you
31.
on these numbers because I know you're saying them, and I know that they're more correct than Day 9 because he thought the letter J was a number, so good job on that one.
Oh, no, actually, you're right. It was the number J.
It was the number J, but, I mean, both these players do end up going, again, for those faster command centers. I guess proving me wrong a little bit, and we're going to be settling in for a slightly, potentially longer game.
Yeah, we will have to see. It is going to be Hellions for both players, but instead of going for straight into factory, naked, no reactor, they're going reactor. At least, I believe so. MaSa might not be doing that. MaSa actually going naked factory. Likes the cool and breezy feel.
Seems like Kelazhur, did he only make one Reaper?
I think he went run one Reaper into reactor so he could swap out for that Hellion production.
Yeah, definitely makes sense, but of course that is going to put him in a weird position where he's going to have 2 Hellions versus 2 Reapers and a Hellion, but Kelazhur doesn't really care about that. He actually takes a really good fight over here and is now going to be up 2 Hellions to 0.
Yeah, that was actually an incredibly good trade. Not only was that more gas intensive for MaSa, but he just won the fight straight up. Ooh. MaSa actually, I think he's kind of out-microing himself a little bit there. He ran into 2 of his grenades, and Kelazhur threw the third one down that was kind of forced MaSa to take a bad position.
I love this. Unit retention, repairing up that Hellion, because he knows that he's going to be up against a larger number of Hellions, but repair it up all you want, MaSa. I don't think it's going to matter when that kind of thing happens.
If he can't get that bunker up, that's going to be so bad. And SCV does go down.
SCV goes down, and the Widowmine is up. It takes 1 shot from the Hellions, but it's really a
beautiful pickup.
Really, really nice pickup. Actually going to be able to keep those SCVs alive. Not very often you end up seeing the hot pickup for the SCVs to save them, but it works out. Only loses 3 workers, but that is still 3 workers more than he wanted to lose.
Yes, and that's 3 workers in the early game. So that's about 10% of his economy right there. And we have Kelazhur taking, once again, a big supply lead off of the very early game.
All right, well, we do have siege tanks starting to be produced for Kelazhur.
Yeah, so it is going to be, I believe that is a...
what
engineering bay coming down for Kelazhur. Meanwhile, we have MaSa going for a tech lab on his, yeah, that's just going to be for siege tanks. Whoa, wow, getting a Raven.
Whoa.
That's a very interesting move.
You know, Ravens have always been that utility unit in TBT, right? They're so useful. Point defense drones, especially when the Viking fights are out. The auto turret's so strong these days. Scan coming down from MaSa, and is going to just try and see what exactly is going on. Double engineering bays were thrown down, I believe, for Kelazhur there.
Yes. Is that right? I think so. Oh, wow. We see a very aggressive siege tank drop on the high ground, and Kelazhur is YOLOing so hard.
Oh my god.
Elevating everything.
And
he's elevating into MaSa's base.
Oh my god, the YOLO Terran does it again, and this time it works out. MaSa is unprepared, and now he's going to be taking a lot of damage, but siege tank still getting a lot of free shots off right now on MaSa's army. A siege tank of MaSa is also out right now.
And those SCVs are so clumped up. If he target fires on the SCV clump.
Oh, the Hellion. The Hellion is doing so much splash damage, and the siege tank does get out of there as well as the medevac. Kelazhur still doing more damage.
And he's already done so much to start.
He wins the
Viking fight, doing more damage to those Marines, and Kelazhur is in a fantastic position, up 13 workers and over almost triple army supply.
Oh my god, Steadfast. It may not seem like there's a lot of sustainability to this push, but all Kelazhur has to do is hold on to this position for another 15 to 20 seconds because more reinforcements are coming in. It's a decent number of Marines and some more of those siege tanks. The medevac can pull up that siege tank, move it back. Those siege tanks for MaSa are not siege up.
Body block on his own siege tank.
Oh, gonna be a very dangerous position, but the Viking is still alive for Kelazhur, and it's at full health right now.
Oh man, and that air advantage is so big, getting 3 shots on those tanks with that siege tank just from the extra air vision.
And guess what? MaSa has to scan to get that vision, and Kelazhur just says, well, whatever, man. I got a medevac I can pick up, I can retreat. Where are your medevacs right now? Oh, right, I killed them with my Vikings.
That was not enough SCVs to repair. He did pull 3 more, so that's going to be enough to hold on for now. Nice trade from MaSa, able to take down one of the Vikings for none of his own and repairing that up. Ooh, but looks like Kelazhur adjusts his tank just enough forward to hit those SCVs repairing. And MaSa not repairing, the bunker does go down.
Oh, MaSa, who's already hurting on the worker count right now, sitting down 10, and has to pull all these workers to repair the bunker, loses the bunker, and Kelazhur is just slowly but surely whittling away at the wall-in over here for MaSa.
Meanwhile, we do have an armory coming down, as well as +1 is nearing completion for Kelazhur. Ooh, big tank reposition coming out.
Wait a second, where is MaSa's stim?
That's a great question. It's nowhere to be found.
Does he already have it? Do we miss something?
He does not have it.
Stim just finishes up. Stim just started up. It's just now starting. Kelazhur's gonna have such a ridiculous advantage on that.
Oh my goodness, a ridiculous advantage on upgrades, stim timing, army advantage, worker supply, but not that one tank.
Not that one tank. It's
the Viking does get sniped out though, and that's actually, that might be more valuable than the tank at this point.
Yeah, but...
Oh, Kelazhur. Big shot on those Marines. And another one.
He gets the siege tank. Also, he saves it. Free damage done. He can repair up that siege tank. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to be coming back in for round 2 with stim, with +1 armor going to be finishing up. And if he realizes that MaSa doesn't have stim, he is going to take full advantage of it.
Yeah, and he is more than doubling the army supply of his opponent. Kelazhur is looking so good, and it's what you were talking about before. When he's on the ropes, he says, no, I'm not going down that easy. I am going to rally through this, and I'm going to take this game. Now, he hasn't taken the game yet. TBT can go so quickly on a dime, but he looks so good to even up this series right now.
Absolutely.
And a big Doom drop getting prepared on the right side of the map.
You know, this is both his best and worst quality sometimes, because the YOLO Terran goes YOLO whether he's ahead, behind, or if you're dead even. And oh my god, that one Marine salvaging the big YOLO move is going to go completely unscouted.
That Marine was another Sylvester Stallone Marine. That was Rambo, and he protects the drop. No, MaSa still does not see it coming, and there is nothing to prepare in the main.
He does have his siege tanks at least loaded up into his medevacs. He can get into position eventually, but the siege tanks have already unloaded over here for Kelazhur. He's going to be getting the damage on it. He's on top of the production facilities. He's on top of the tech lab for the factory. If he takes that out, there's not going to be more siege tanks. GG is called!
Kelazhur ties